Once more, welcome to Gerald Johan van Waas Educational Channel. This is a remake of the only video I made in German. Why do I remake this in English? Because it's a bit a shame if you would miss some of the details, and there are a few other examples. With these examples you could learn further how to use the method that is a new method, so it needs of course some guidance and some extra examples so that you can make to have an idea how this method works by seeing the practice, because it's a bit too soon to make practice yourself without seeing a lot of examples and getting used to this new way of thinking. The method I developed is called sound in forms, method of controlled or methodic synesthesia, or synesthesia. Synesthesia is more kind of random event, but here it is a very conscious, deliberate event that I combine I combined certain ways of thinking in my mind by a lot of practice and a lot of rethinking, and it works. That I discovered thanks to this a method that is also hidden in nature, because nature follows this, our mind follows this, and in fact we use words with certain sounds and certain ways how we write them down that are correct with what the content is. We're not very conscious about it, but it is working, and I developed a method how you can analyze it and how you can prove it. The proof is already there, so it's in the book Sound in Form. I will not redo that thanks to these videos. I could just play with it and show what I do, and any word is doable. So here, so what is translated? So there's a translation of the letters and of the sounds in the letters and how it is written. All these things, they make that I can make a form from the word, and this form shows a recognizability of what is hidden inside the word and what the word means, and what is the interpretation, what are the possible interpretations that can come out of it. And the reason I had a video in German is because it's not because my German was so perfect, my English isn't perfect either, but because there is of course a very famous Buchmesse or book event where you can look in certain new books or books that are available, and one of the companies that is there is the Combined Book Exhibit, and they have my books there, so you can read it shortly. You can check it, and so that's why I had a small video in German. So, and I also imagined, with this book, just imagine that that there are some Germans that come to me and they say, okay, just give us an example. So, maybe they can even come with a very difficult question. One of the difficult questions that can come to, I will imagine that they ask it to me. So here's my first German customer. He's real German, I'm sure about it. And he speaks German, so he asks in German to me, like, okay, can you also do names? And I say, oh yeah, why not? And he gives me one of the most popular first names in German. It's FRITZ, and it used to be his boss is called FRITZ, and he says, okay, maybe it helps him to be such a big man and such a nice man, FRITZ. And so, what does his name mean, and what can it help him? Does it help him, and what does the name in sounds mean to FRITZ? And I said, okay, no problem. I will analyze the word and I will see what it really means. And I will do that in this video. But what is quite funny is like FRITZ, FIETS, it's almost the same word. So I have a physical word. The FRITZ is not physical, it's just a first name. And there's also not any association that I know that the name Fritz comes from something. I don't know where it comes from. I didn't look it up. And but you have the word FIETS. It's a Dutch word, and it's bicycle in English. The FIETS is bicycle. In German it is FAHRAD. That's the same word. It's also the same bicycle. FIETS is also a very strange word in Dutch because where does it come from? It's just a word that doesn't fit with anything. FAHRAD, that's something else. You have there are two recognizable words in it. It's a combination of these two words. It's like more a description of what it is. So we analyze these three words: the FRITZ, the FIETS, and the FAHRAD. So we'll start with the F. The F is a kind of variation of all kinds of values that are very different. And it's a bit up to you what kind of value you take out, and then you have your own direction. In general, you could say F has all kinds of directions. So, and you have this free choice of choosing a direction. I already said in the video, it's very positive that this name of Fritz starts with an F, but because it gives him the freedom to go in a direction. It's up to him, and he also is born somewhere with the starting point that is also a bit, it's not just completely random, but he is not bound by this date or by this starting point. It is a starting point of freedom a little bit. It gives him some freedom. So the next letter added, Phi. So we have Phi, so because we first start with FIETS before we go to FRITZ, and Phi. I'll come to some English words as well. So Phi with the E to it, we find something that will fit. You can already hear. We will fit it into it, and we have our own direction. So the Phi will find its direction into the chaos here. Phi can be in both directions. So here we have fit in the outer direction, and you have, this is one of the choices. You go outward or you go inward. That's the two choices of the E. So you fit it to what you have or you don't. But here, what you see as distinctive is out of the system. Fit in the first meaning, is one of the first meanings that are available in language that I know of. Okay, I will first always take the Dutch words. A fit and fit is also a word, and a fit is actually also something that fits with the bicycle, because a fit is actually a hole in the wheel. It's another word for it. Okay, and the air is coming out. That's the first signification I can find. It is related with bicycle very coincidentally, but it's not really the essence of bicycle. In contrary, it doesn't help very much if you have a fit in your wheel and the air comes out. Now the F here in the middle, it's all kinds of directions. If it is a substance, okay, it fits very well with the air. If you say, okay, you take out another direction, it means that the air is going in another direction, the not desired direction, the different direction. Okay, then you lose air. So that's what you can recognize it still with the same significations that are hidden inside the letters. The other direction, you have the different signification of fit. Here it fits, so you have a direction towards what you have already. So it is confirming what you have. It's the other way around. So you lose something or you win something. Both directions are possible, and they are both the same meaning with fit. Accidentally, you have two different, it's almost like results, but the first starting point of what the word means is the same. So either it fits or it doesn't, or you lose it. You win it or you lose it. It is. This is also the free choice of the E. The E has always these two directions. It's a direction of your confirmation or a direction of change. It's always the same thing, and it fits with the E, and it fits with the meaning of the meaning of it, E, and it fits with the word fit or fits. So fits or fits, it sounds with a short E, it is written with a long E, but with a short E, it means also this fits. You can you add the S or the results of the same kind of choice of direction, and in fact it means something like you have a result and you always have to adapt this to the result. Meaning, so you choose your direction, but you always have to adapt to the results. This constantly adapting is actually the hidden meaning in the Dutch word fietsen. Fietsen you can do, it's like you try to find your way through things. If it's without the bicycle, the word still exists, and that's the direction that you do it. So that is more connected with the word than the bicycle as an object as it looks like. You have FIETS and FIETSen, so it is cycling. It is like cycling. Yes, it is comparable to the word cycling in English. Not the bicycle, but the cycling. Fietsing is cycling. And because the E is there as well, they will have a certain weight, so it has also a certain weight of the directions that you're going to with the cycling, and it can go a little bit to the right and the left. There is some variations. This letter E says that there are variations to the not only straightforward, but also a little bit to the right or the left. But we have FRITZ. So FRITZ has one letter extra, the R. So we will first analyze the R. The R is, as you can see, not only turning around, but it is also during the turning around is an interaction, and so you try to connect as much as possible so that the turning around continues all the powerful and workable and active parts, and they continue also in this continuation, and that's the meaning of R. It's one of the more complex letters if you really want to analyze everything what is in it, but that's more or less the essence that you have to remember. So so it's turning around and it's bringing along, and it connects itself to everything that makes the things more vivid. So what does it mean for FRITZ? Here you have the word FRITZ more or less with the surroundings of everything. So he has a free starting point. He can do also something with it himself. And what does he do? With the S is the result, so it's adaptation also to the result, just as a little bit the same, but because of the Z, he is also directing it very well himself, and he can. It's up to him what he makes of it. It's actually not something very complex. I mean, it's very limiting as a name in country. It just gives him a freedom. It's nothing more than it says like, okay, you're born somewhere, and you are going somewhere, and you do something with it, and that's your responsibility. That's in fact more or less the name that is given to someone and the hidden meaning inside it. It's very fitting to a person, I would say, and it's very wishful and faithful. Helpful. Yeah. He's a FRITZ within the chaos of his life. He can do something with it. FRITZ, good thing, yeah. And also, yeah, my customer, the German here, is very thankful that I gave him this information. Bye. Now go over to the German word. It's FAHRAD, bicycle. So the Fa will also, just like the E, tries to direct it into a certain direction. Different than the E, the A goes only in one direction. The F here presented as a lot of chaos and possibilities. And here we give it a direction. It's our own direction. It's a choice. It's our choice. We go in a certain direction. That's why the A is different from the E. We make the choice and we go a direction. And it's just one direction. That is our direction. Not without a choice. We just do that. And we connect, of course, with the R, with the FAR. It connects to somewhere, into an area or whatever it is. We connect during this activity. We find, here it is Anschluss, we find, connection, that is in English. But it is also written with the so the is H, is that H? Is actually always the same meaning, that it starts from a starting point, ends in the starting point. We have a whole range of space. Within this space there's an active space where the whole activity can fit within this active space. So we have the active space in our reach, and it starts from somewhere, and we can end the process within this area. The second part of the word is Rad. So we have here the circle, the A as a circle, presented as a circle, and the R is turning around, but it goes to A, t, the t in sound, with a T. It goes to somewhere in the volume in the middle, and we have there a kind of middle. So it goes to a certain point, turning point, with a certain part that is connected there. But because it's with a long A, this Rad is, okay, there are more connecting points. So it's just not just one, but it's two. So more connecting points within the circle, and they turn around. It's like a wheel with spikes, I call it, I think, yeah, with spikes. That's more or less the word Rad is referring to. But because it's written with a D, again, we have not only that it is going from one point to a next point within the same circle. The D means it is moved. It is moved to somewhere else. It also has to go to somewhere else. So this wheel is not just turning around in itself. It also goes to a different direction. That is the whole thing in Rad. So the Rad is the wheel that turns around and goes to somewhere else. That's the Rad. It's only the connection from one point to another with the D, with the moved part to somewhere else, with the same kind of turning around to the wheel, and it starts from the starting point, comes back to the starting point, if you wish, in the circle. So now we combine Fahr and Rad. The Fahr is then the direction of, the whole range or space of the movement, and that connects itself, let's say, to the ground, to a plan, to whatever it is, connected with the wheel that is turning and going to a direction. In fact, it's almost the same as the literal meaning. Fahr means going. It's driving, it means to drive somewhere, and Rad means wheel, and it is actually perfectly a wheel with spikes then. So if you combine it together, you will see that we have that we can almost see the bike that is driving somewhere, and so on. The FAHRAD is in the words, just in the sounds and the meaning of the sounds. It actually means, it gives us even much more detail than the literal word, but they are very extremely close to each other. The choice of letters, of sounds, and the combination how it is written and what is hidden into these connections as as how they connect. They are almost exactly the same as the literal meaning, how it is built up with words. Hello, here's my FAHRAD. It is driving to somewhere and I lose it. It seems like it has been stolen at some point. Where is it? I don't know. Anyhow, if you go to Frankfurt Buchmesse, if you would go between the 18th and 20th to 2nd of October, I only go, I think I only will go somewhere on Saturday. Perhaps you could meet me there somewhere. You can always ask questions there. I'm not allowed to stay there too long. I mean, not on that particular point, because it's an independent company that just presents the books, so they want to keep me out, even, I think. But I will be there, and I'll just have a look what it will be. Maybe I will tell about it. I'm not sure yet. Anyhow, these 3 books will be there. Thanks for watching. So I hope you enjoyed. This was the English version after my German one. You can always subscribe to my YouTube channel. There you can find more examples. You get used to the results of the method itself. Okay, maybe it's best that you check it in the book itself, and just let it seep through what is in the book. I will guide you in the practical fields in the videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.